Hi guys, Garlic here, welcome back to another 2004scape video. This video I've decided to do a little bit of a ramble slash sort of guide, I guess you might want to call it, just about clue scrolls. I know I've had a lot of people coming into the stream and asking me about clue scrolls, asking me about the rewards, asking me about, you know, where can you get clue scrolls from, which monsters you should kill, things like that. And I'm not sure how long this is sort of going to take me to cover, so I'm not sure if this will be just or the whole video will be about it, or whether I'll put some progression in at the end. But I do want to give you a little update on my stats so far, because we have made a lot of progress since the last time that I showed you my stats. But before we get into any of that, let's talk about clue scrolls. So clue scrolls are going to come into the game on members release, obviously, but there are going to be some differences between 2004scape clue scrolls and clue scrolls in old school. So one big difference is going to be that the clue scrolls won't be called easy clues, medium clues, or hard clues. They will just be called clue scrolls, and you'll have to sort of determine which one they are, like basically based on what kind of steps they give you. You should be able to see quite easily which steps belong to which tier. I'm not going to include like every single step, every single clue, and tell you whether it's easy, medium, or hard. That's pretty simple to figure out just by like googling it and looking at the wiki. But yeah, you won't immediately know what tier clue scroll you get unless you are sort of killing a specific monster just to like get a specific tier of clue scroll. So I will go over which mobs drop which tier soon, so you know you'll be able to tell based on which monster drops it. But if you just are killing stuff and you happen to get a clue scroll and you're not quite sure, you won't know until you actually start looking at the clue steps, or you look at the monster that you got the clue from. Another small difference is going to be that there won't be a check steps option on the clue. So, you know, if you do a couple of steps and then leave it in your bank for a bit and come back to it and you've forgotten how many steps you've done, there's not going to be a way to actually be able to tell how many steps have been completed or how many, you know, you're going to have to do to actually finish the clue up. Another big difference is that there will not be any emote clue steps. This was added in 2006, so there's not going to be any of the Yuri emote clues to do. There's also going to be no elite clue scrolls. These were actually added in 2010, so you're only going to have the easy, medium, and hards. Also no beginner clue scrolls as far as I'm aware. So, you know, going back to the classic, just those three tiers of clues, that's all we're going to have. And the other thing I wanted to mention as well is that I think a lot of people got used to being able to do clues very, very quickly because you can just use Runelight on old school. So, you know, if you get those puzzle boxes for the clues, you're going to have to do those manually yourself. Now, I remember doing this back in the day. I remember having to try and do it for the Monkey Madness quest as well. And I remember being very sad as a kid because I just spent hours on it and I couldn't do it. And I ended up spending my entire cash stack, spent the 200k to do the Monkey Madness quest. But Runelight, like, definitely helped with that. You just click the arrows and turn your brain off. You don't have to think about it. But in 2004, obviously, we're going to have to solve those puzzles manually. From what I understand, to actually solve these clues, the best way to do it is to sort of do the top row first, then the next row, then the next row, and then focus on the bottom left-hand corner and then the bottom right-hand corner. I might put something up on screen here just to sort of show you what order to sort of try and solve the puzzle in, see if that helps anyone out. But it's going to be interesting seeing how quickly people are able to get through clue scrolls because of those puzzle steps. And the same thing sort of applies to coordinate clues. Obviously, in old school, you just open the clue and it tells you exactly where you need to go and puts a marker on your map. For this one, you're going to need to actually like either use the whole sextant and compass thing, which probably no one's going to do, or you're going to have to actually Google the clue and find where to go. So shouldn't be too difficult because, you know, those clue steps are going to be online on a wiki. But yeah, you're not just going to instantly have the client tell you where to go. You're going to have to put a bit more brain power into solving your clues. So I think that's nice. I think it's going to be nostalgic. I think it's going to be good fun. I might make a video at some point about like loot from a certain number of clues, or maybe I'll just do like a stream where we just hunt for clues and just spend the whole stream doing that. But yeah, that's sort of the main differences that I can think of for now. If you've got any that I have missed, then please do let me know in the comments below. But I thought I'd now move on and let you guys know which monsters you should be killing for each tier of clue scroll. So I've got this information from the test client. If there's anything that I've missed here, again, please do let me know. But to get easy clue scrolls, you can get them from barbarians, from normal men and women, from muggers, and from rogues. As far as I know, those are the only monsters that you can kill to get easy clue scrolls. To get medium clue scrolls, you can get them from bandit camp leaders, guards, ice warriors, jogers, and paladins. And to get hard clue scrolls, you should be able to get these from black dragons, green dragons, blue dragons, red dragons, greater demons, and hellhounds. Like I said, I'm pretty sure those are the only creatures that will drop them. So if you want to farm some clues, there you go. Depending on what rewards you want, you can pick one of those and see if you can go farm them. I think especially for medium clues, I can see people maybe, if they can afford it, getting a cannon and going to Falador to kill the guards. But for everything else, I guess we'll have to see what methods come out and what people find is the most efficient way to farm them. So after that, I think what I'll do is just sort of go through a lot of the iconic clue rewards that you might be familiar with that actually will not be in 2004 on release. Some of these were added a little bit later in 2004. Some of them were added in 2005. I think there was actually a big clue update in 2006. So there's going to be quite a lot that was added then that we're not going to have. But I've not included every single clue reward that's not going to be in the game. I'm just sort of going to go through some of the most well-known ones that you might be surprised to see that they actually didn't come out till a bit later. So you will not be able to get firelighters. The gnomic firelighters will not be in the game. You also will not be able to get heraldic armor. So that's the shields and the helmets. And I think the plate bodies came out at some point as well. None of those will be available in members release. Wizard Robes G and Wizard Robes T unfortunately will not be in the game. I think these look super cool, and I know a lot of One Defense Pures used to wear them, but you will not be able to get them in 2004. The same can be said about the trimmed dragon hide and the trimmed leather armor, whether that be gold trimmed or just the T trimmed. Those will not be available from 2004 clues. And also the elegant clothing. I know a lot of skillers used to wear this. It looked quite fancy. I was surprised by this actually. I thought elegant was kind of quite old, but I don't believe that came out until 2005 or 2006. So no elegant. Also no trimmed amulets. I don't think that's a big surprise. I think they were a little bit later on. Also, Bob the Cat shirts, won't be able to get those, which is interesting. I thought those were super old, but apparently they didn't come out in 2004. You also will not be able to get composite bows. I don't think anyone really cares about that too much. But yeah, no composite bows in the game. Also, no third age. Now, that is a huge one. Obviously, third age is probably like, when people say clue scroll, most people will think of third age. But it actually didn't come out until after 2004. So I thought it was like iconic. I thought it was very old. Not the case, apparently. We will not be able to get canes in the game and for a little while. We will not be able to get animal masks, which I don't think those were added for till quite recently anyway. We won't be able to get the top hat. We also won't be able to get the god robes, the croziers, the cloaks, or the stoles, like any of the god vestment sets, which is interesting because, again, pretty iconic items those are. Very classic RuneScape, I would say. But they didn't come out till a little bit later. I think these were 2006 in the big clue scroll update, so you won't be able to get your hands on any of those. Another quite surprising one that I found, boater hats, will not be added into the game either. I think they came out in 2006 as well. I really like the boater hats, to be fair, so I'm looking forward to when they do get added into the game, but another classic clue item that you will not be able to get your hands on. After that, I've got Gilded Rune armor and the Gilded Rune weapons. They were not added till, I believe, either late 2004 or early 2005, I think. I think some of it was 2006. But yeah, no Gilded Rune at all. And no Enchanted Robes, which, again, another iconic set of robes in the game. I really like the look of the Enchanted Robes. I think they're super cool, but you will not be able to get your hands on those either. Same can be said about Blessed Dragonhide armor. That didn't come out till a bit later, so no prayer bonus for your ranging, unfortunately. What else have we got on the list here? Dragon masks, obviously those were quite a late addition into the game, so no dragon masks there. Purple sweets actually were not added in 2004 either. These were part of the big clue update, I believe, in 2006. So I'm not sure if there's actually been too many use cases for purple sweets in the game right now, as Fight Caves and stuff isn't out yet. But yeah, purple sweets didn't come out till a bit later. I was quite surprised to see that. You also will not be able to get any of the teleport scrolls, like the Lumberyard teleport or the Nada teleports. Those didn't come out till a bit later. You also won't be able to get blessings. Obviously, those were quite a late addition. And you also won't be able to get God pages just yet. I believe these came out with the Horror from the Deep quest to make the God books. You won't be able to get those on members release. So those are all the sort of rewards that won't be in the game that I've sort of found that I thought were worth mentioning. There's loads more, but those are sort of the ones that I think everyone would sort of be interested in hearing about. So let's go, after reading through the things that we won't be able to get our hands on, let's turn into a bit of a more positive area and see what rewards we will be able to get. Now, obviously, the clue scrolls will have like just generic rewards that aren't like any of the cool fashionscape items, but I've sort of left those out for the most part, and I'm just going to go through the unique clue scroll items here. So for easy clues, you'll be able to get the Black G and the Black T trimmed armor set. This was iconic back in the day. I think it's going to be super cool seeing people wearing this in the game. Probably going to be pretty rare as well. Going to be quite expensive, I would have thought. But yeah, a very, very iconic set of armor that. Also from easy clue scrolls, you'll be able to get berets, which, you know, I guess if you're into the French kind of fashionscape, maybe you could get yourself a beret, might be quite cool. And also the Highwayman mask actually came out in 2004, which I was surprised by. I thought that came out a little bit later. I think there was an update at some point where you could like attach the Highwayman mask to like a Black Cavalier. I don't think that's in the game. But yeah, you'll be able to get a Highwayman mask from easy clue scrolls. Moving on from easy clue scrolls, we can look at the medium clue scroll rewards. And from these, you'll be able to get the adamant, gold trimmed, and the normal trimmed. Again, probably not quite as iconic as the black set, but still a pretty cool armor set to pick up if you get lucky. Also for medium rewards, obviously, like the classics are going to be Ranger boots and Wizard boots. Obviously, Ranger boots going to be best in slot for ranged. They're probably going to be super, super expensive. Yeah, and the Wizard boots obviously being the magic counterpart to Ranger boots as well. Both of those items going to be very, very sought after, I believe. Especially considering there's not going to be too much mage bonus gear in the game until a little while when we get stuff like Splitbark. And the final one I've got for medium clues is actually the headbands. You'll be able to get the headbands from medium clue rewards. I don't think I've seen anyone wearing a headband on old school for a very long time, so it'd be cool seeing people like coming up with cool outfits and stuff for some of these items with all the different coloured versions that you can get as well. After medium clue scrolls, let's move on to the meat and potatoes of the video. I'm sure you're all here for the hard clue rewards. So there's going to be some interesting rewards from this. Obviously, the rune gold trimmed and normal trimmed armor sets. Absolutely iconic, absolutely classics armor sets there. It's going to be super cool seeing people wearing those. And in tandem with that, obviously the god sets as well. So you'll be able to get the Zamorak, the Saradomin, and the Guthix rune armor sets. They're going to be super cool, probably going to be super expensive. Can't wait to get my hands on them and see people flexing it all over the game. Just a note on these god armor sets though, you will not be able to get the Ancient Bandos or the Armadillo armor sets. They were not added until a lot later on, so it will just be the Zami, Sara, and Guthix sets. But I think they're the better looking ones anyway, to be honest with you. Another one here, I tried to fact check this because it surprised me. I thought the Robin Hood hat came from medium clues with the Ranger boots, but from the research I did, it looks like that's actually going to be dropping from hard clue scrolls. I don't know if I don't know if that's just an example of the Mandala effect where I remembered it being medium clues, but it was always hard, or whether that is just incorrect and when I was spending time fact checking, maybe I got that wrong. But from what I've managed to find online, like, Robin Hood hat is from hard rewards. If anyone knows anything to the contrary and can prove it, please do let me know. I've not looked in the code for the rewards, so if anyone does know if that is the case, then please do let me know. But yeah, the Robin Hood hat, absolutely iconic item. I keep saying that these are iconic items over and over again, but they really are. I don't know what else. I don't know what other word to use, to be honest, because they are just classics, aren't they? But that's going to be super cool for range gear. Obviously going to want to be careful if you're going into the wilderness with it, but probably wouldn't do that. But it's going to be a great item to get your hands on. Speaking of the wilderness as well, actually, I forgot to mention there will still be the wilderness clues with the Zamorak wizards, I believe, and then the Saradomin wizards when you're not in the wilderness. So it's going to be interesting seeing if anyone gets PK trying to do clue scrolls for their spades. But sorry, carrying on, we got a bit distracted there. The hard rewards, we've got a couple left to talk about. And then the next one is going to be the Cavaliers. These were big fashionscape items back in the day. You'll be able to get your hands on the tan, the dark, and the black Cavaliers. I'm sure people will come up with some really cool outfits with these things. You will not be able to get the white, red, or navy ones. They weren't added till a lot later on. But I feel like the black Cavalier is just a classic item. Everyone's going to love seeing people wearing those. And finally, for the hard rewards, the pirate hat, which, to be honest, I'd completely forgotten was a thing. But if you want to RP as a pirate on Brimhaven, you can get the pirate hat from Hard Clue Scrolls, so that should be good fun. That's kind of all the classic rewards. I will just touch on some of the sort of normal rewards that you can get from Hard Clue Scrolls, because I think these are still going to be like very sought after rewards. People are, even if you don't get one of the really rare ones, people are still going to really like getting these. So the hard clues will drop full rune armor, so the full helm, the plate body, the plate legs, and the plate skirt, and I believe the kite shield as well. They will also drop rune axes and rune pickaxes, which is pretty cool to see. They'll also drop rune longswords, rune daggers, and rune battle axes. They'll also drop black dragon hide, body, and chaps, but not the van braces. They'll also drop magic short bows and long bows, so I'm really hoping that I will get a clue and get spooned a magic short bow early on, so I don't have to wait for any of the fletchers to get the fletching level and then pay an extortionate price for one. They also drop a fair amount of nature runes, lore runes, and blood runes. Blood runes going to be kind of difficult to get hold of, because I think like the Mage Bank shop is going to be bought out. Dark Wizards will drop them, and everything else I think drops them at a rate of 1 in 128, and you only get like 2 at a time. So you can get a nice little stack of blood runes from running some clue scrolls. I think that'd be quite good. And finally, they also do drop lobsters and sharks. So if you need some food and you don't have the fishing or cooking level and no one's selling them, maybe you can get a couple of them early on from running some clue scrolls. But yeah, I think that's about it for clue scrolls, guys. I hope this has been sort of informative for you. Like I said, I think I do make mistakes occasionally in these videos, and you guys love to correct me in the comments, and I'm all here for it, to be honest. Let's try and get all the information in one place and get it out there so everyone can have that available to them. But if you enjoyed this, and if you're looking forward to doing clue scrolls, maybe you're gonna just farm clue scrolls to try and get some of those rare rewards from day one. Maybe you're gonna try and just give it a miss because you just hate doing clues in game without the rune light plugins. Then let me know what your plans are for clue scrolls. I think the other thing that I didn't mention as well that I will just add on the end here is that you won't be able to like stack clues or stack caskets. I think you can get multiple caskets, but you can't bank them, so you'd have to like do a clue and keep the casket in your inventory to do another clue. But yeah, you won't be able to like stack them up and open them all in one go. So just needed to add that on the end there. But yeah, let me know what you think of clue scrolls, guys. I've waffled on far too long once again. I will probably just include a couple of little update clips at the end of this, if anyone is interested in the progress on the account. But for now, that's going to wrap up the clips on clue scrolls. Hi guys, Editing Garlic here, and I just wanted to pop this little clip in because I realised I forgot to mention the sextant and the watch for coordinate clues. The first time you get a coordinate clue, if you go and speak to the professor in the observatory, he'll tell you basically that you need to get a watch and a sextant to be able to do these clue steps. I don't think you'll actually be able to dig up the casket for a coordinate clue if you don't have these items. So once you speak to him, he'll tell you that you need to get those two things. And then basically to get the watch, you need to go to the clock tower and speak to your brother Kojo, and he should give you the watch. And then to get the sextant, you'll need to go to the Khazard docks and speak with Murphy, and he should give you a sextant. Once you've got those two items, you can go back to the professor, and he'll basically tell you how to use them. Now, I don't think it's necessary to actually have use them with the telescope in the observatory to sort of get an image of where it is, but I believe to dig up coordinate clues you will need to have the sextant, the watch, and the chart that he gives you in your inventory in order to dig up the casket. So just thought I'd pop that information in here for you guys so that you're not trying to dig and wondering why you're not able to get your casket. Anyway, back onto the video. Just wanted to give you guys sort of an update on my stats and maybe a little bank update as well, because it's been a little while since you've actually seen that. I know the last two videos have just sort of been guides and you've not seen much progression. So here are my current stats here. We'll just go over them quickly. We've got up to level 50 attack, level 60 strength, level 40 defense. I'm still rocking the myth armor, to be honest, because I don't see the need to purchase any rune right now. There's not really much in the game that you need it for, and I'd rather save the money at the moment. I am planning on getting up to 60 attack before members comes out, just to be able to wield that dragon longsword. 55 HP as well tied into that. We've got up to 32 range, but we have got quite a few arrows in the bank, so I'm planning on getting up to level 40. I think the requirements have changed for the members' skills. For the questing, I think you actually only need level 30 range, but I'd like to get up to 40, maybe even 50 if I have the time. We've got up to 42 prayer. We are like 4k XP off of 43. 42 is the quest requirement, but obviously it'd be really nice to get protect from melee so I can just protect myself from all the quest bosses that I'm going to be fighting. We got up to 55 magic on last night's stream, which is super cool. We can finally high alch stuff. I've been like, just sort of, it's been very annoying to not be able to do that, so I'm really happy to have that unlocked. We are going to want to get this up to level 59 for the quests for Family Crest, and I would maybe like to get up to 66 for the Mages Guild requirement if I have the time before members comes out. I'm currently working on some rune crafting. I've been crafting all my own runes to train magic with, so I've just been alternating between mines and air runes, and we are very close to level 44 now. I'll probably stop at level 44, and then I'll just, you know, it will allow me to make my own nature runes when I want to, instead of spending my own money on buying them from other players. I managed to go to level 50 crafting using the Farming Guild crafting guide, the Crafting Guild crafting guide with the cows. That was a bit of a pain to knock out. I'm really happy to have that one done. We are up to level 57 mining. This has sort of just been from mining pure essence to do rune crafting with. We're kind of close to being able to use a dwarven stout to get into the mining guild. Not been able to do that just yet, but that is sort of slowly ticking up the more rune essence I mine. We're on 43 smithing at the moment. I do plan on getting this to level 50 before members comes out, but I'm just sort of leaving it because I'm going to try and do everything else first, and then any like genie lamps I get doing other grinds, I'm putting them all on smithing, so it's less money to spend on the supplies to get 50. 53 fishing and 55 cooking. These are some skill requirements for some quests, so that was pretty quick, pretty chill to do. Level 32 fire making. I did get it up to 30 and then stopped, but just making fires to cook all the fish when I was fishing got me up to level 32. Might get this up with some just to get some total levels at some point, but I'd rather save the willow logs for fletching, to be honest, so we'll see how that goes. And then wood cutting up to 54. I have been banking some willow logs. If you saw my quick start guide for the member skills, we're going to need 1,990 willow logs to get up to level 50 fletching. I might chop a few more for the fire making levels, or I might just bank more to get even higher fletching. Not entirely sure yet, but we are up to level 64 combat and 725 total level, I should say. And I'll give you a quick update on the bank as well. We've got some runes here, not too much going on, to be honest. We've got 271 nats and we've got 73 laws. These are the air and mines that I've been crafting. I have used quite a lot as well to get my magic level up, but I'll probably use all these, getting my magic up even further, so these probably won't be here on members. And we've got some chaos runes. I've been kind of saving these up because I think I'm going to use them to do my questing. Anything that needs to be killed in a quest, I'll probably take magic and use these chaos runes. We've got some normal logs here. I'm kind of just holding on to these in case I want to make myself some arrows at some point, so I can just fletch these into arrow shafts. We've got 607 oak logs. This is going to be for part of the fletching training. And then we've got 1,767 willow logs. Obviously, I need a couple more hundred of these to get the fletching level I want, so I'll work on that stack in a little bit. Obviously, we've got the garlic stack. If anyone does want to donate garlic to me, I'm accepting garlic donations. Come and trade me in game. We got some food that I was fishing and cooking. Been using that at Hill Giants and stuff like that. Now, some of this stuff I didn't get myself. I should probably just mention one of my viewers, Folsom. Shout out to Folsom for this. I guess it's not really something you should give a shout out for, to be honest. But Folsom said that he's no longer going to be playing. He's just way too busy with his job and IRL stuff, which is completely fair enough. But he asked me if I wanted to like take any of his stuff because he wasn't going to be playing. I asked him if he was like super sure about it because he did give me quite a lot, and he said he was. I'm going to hold on to... I'll tell you what he gave me. So he gave me like half of this iron, all of this coal, all of this myth ore, all of these steel bars, and all these myth bars. Now, I'm going to hold on to them for a little bit just in case he changes his mind, and if he does, I will give it all back to him. I'd hate for him to, change his mind in like a couple of days and then come back and I've like used it all. So I'm holding on to it for now in case he does choose to come back. But if he doesn't come back after a little while, or if I literally like just need the bank space, then I'll start using some of that to train my smithing. But yeah, we got some iron. The gold I got myself, most of it. I got half the iron myself. We got some cut gems ready to be turned into jewelry and stuff like that. We got our diamonds to get into the Xanaris marketplace. We got our 200 Eye of Newts to be able to train our herblore a little bit, as well as 211 limpwork roots, again for herblore. Got some rune essence, which I'm getting through. A bit ominous that it's 666 right now. Using this to get up to 44 rune crafting. Got some feathers, either for some fishing or some arrow fletching. And then the rest of this is pretty much just like junk stuff. I got my cash, 261k at the moment. We've got 200 steel arrows and 159 iron arrows. And then we've sort of just got like my rune tools, some talismans, and like my range mage and melee gear. That is basically the bank for now. So hope that was an interesting little update for you. I hope you enjoyed the clue scroll sort of ramble. Like I said, if you want to add anything in the comments below, then please feel free to do so. Thank you so much for watching as well. I should probably mention, I keep missing all the milestones. We got 100 subs over the weekend, which was absolutely insane. We're up to 279 subscribers right now, which I don't know what to say, guys, just other than thank you. That's a crazy amount of support. So if you aren't already subscribed and you do enjoy this content, please do subscribe. It lets me know that you want to see more videos like this. And if you want to hop in my Discord channel, I've made a Discord. You can find it in the description and on my channel homepage. There's lots of people in there now. We like discussing the game. We post screenshots of our level ups, just sort of strategize for members. There's also a channel in there called Video Suggestions. If you want to see a video on a particular topic, feel free to post that in that channel in my Discord, and I'll add it to the list of stuff that people want to see content on. And maybe your suggestion will be the next video that comes out. You never know. But other than that, guys, thank you so much for watching. Video's dragging on. It's probably going to be a long one here. Click like, subscribe, comment, all the good stuff. Or don't. You don't have to. Up to you. I'll see you in the next video.